let's announce the first card for the last card of the year for the environment for Aries.
Oh, right.
This is the last reading of the year, so.
This is the, and your month really ends in a bang here.
Well, it opens in a bang.
It will. But the whole month is colored with the card, which is
that's
the
true.
Wheel of Fortune upright.
Yeah.
So
interesting that we, had said that right beforehand, that it's the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So the wheel turns once again.
So the wheel turns up.
Yes.
So if you've been struggling with some what might be ill fortune,
or a project that you can't quite get off the ground,
or if you are not, if your timing's been off,
mm-hmm.
if you say you interview for a job and 5 minutes before they hired someone, you've been waiting in the lobby for 3 hours and they just hired the guy that was right in front of you. That would be
right.
the Wheel of Fortune reversed.
Where your timing's off.
Your timing is off. So December, your timing is spot on. And so things, it's almost like magically,
mm-hmm.
things will fall into place for you.
Although Aries has had a pretty good year so far.
That's true.
And I really, really, really remember Aries because I have 2 Aries daughters.
That's true.
And a couple of months ago they ended with strength in the upright. And so this has been a pretty good year for you. So it really looks like the year's going to end on a high note.
On a very high note.
And you're actually moving into the next cycle
mm-hmm.
of your life, which means, the wheel turns, so you go into the next evolution. So you might even be moving out of one situation or that sort of colors your entire life into a new situation.
It's a beautiful card to receive at the winter solstice.
It is. It's a seasonal card.
Because it's about, this card is about cycles and about being in tune with cycles.
It really is,
and so the cycle of the earth is moving towards more light
mm-hmm.
After December 21st, and so you too are also moving into more light.
That's right. Moving out of you're moving out of the long days of winter.
The long days of winter into the hope and joy and promise of spring. And that's what this heralds for you.
Yeah, it's an internal.
Oh, yes. It's an internal, like we say in the
ritual.
In the ritual, it's a transformation
mm-hmm.
that takes place.
That's right.
And an important juncture.
Yeah, so you're kind of coming out of the long night of the soul.
The long night of the soul.
Moving toward.
The dawn is coming.
Brevity.
Right. You can see the sunrise and beautiful, the beams coming out, the first beams of light as the sun is rising.
Right. New
So
signs
that's
of life.
what's going to be the characteristic of the entire month of December for you.
Right. Nice.
So,
I like that. Let's see what's in the next position. Woo! Go, Aries, go. They always get the good readings. Oh, wow. So the challenge.
The challenge
is the 3 of Cups. Girls' Night Out is your challenge. If you look at the card, you'll see the 3 ladies who are merrily holding up their wine glasses. We did a little of that last night.
We did. I didn't have any wine.
Little celebrating last night. We had our ritual.
We had our ritual last night.
And we did, and we enjoyed some time together.
Yes, with our ritual ladies.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles.
And I was the Queen of Wands.
Yes, and I was the Queen of Swords.
Swords, naturally.
And so we did a bit of that, but looks as if for you that is in the challenge position this month, which, just on a very top sort of level, we could say your challenge is to enjoy yourself, You're having a tough time getting it together and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, maybe it's, again, sometimes we hold ourselves back from pure enjoyment, from pure revelry.
Right, or celebration.
Celebration.
Because as one of my alive gurus, which I actually call him. He's one of my mentors, but he says, if you don't celebrate, no one will, which is very true because there are all these points in your life that really, you should celebrate.
Right, you should acknowledge.
You should acknowledge.
With joy and
because
with,
celebration is like a rite of passage as well.
And also with friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, generally, this is more with friends.
Right.
You get together with friends. The challenge is also to be friendly. You know, to
celebrate,
embrace,
to come together,
to
be a part of the celebration.
Yeah, to find friends and to share with them.
Yeah,
is your challenge.
To join in, I guess.
Sometimes the Aries are very driven. They're workaholics. A lot of them are.
Right.
And so they don't take time out. Or if they do, it becomes a little bit excessive. So that can be too.
It could be too. So the challenge could either be joining in and allowing yourself to enjoy yourself, or it could be over celebration.
Yeah, or over celebration. One or the other.
We're not sure
so
which. Let's go.
Let's see.
Let's see.
All right.
Ooh, okay. In the position of the unexpected, we have the Six of Swords, which I love, love, love this card. It really is always a good card, even though it's a sword, and I always say swords are trouble. Of course she doesn't. But it's moving away from any sort of stressful or situation or anything that is causing you inner, really usually it's between your ears, so it's causing you some stress perhaps. You're not feeling, I don't know, it's just, to me this is like wanting to move away from a situation, because a lot of times when we're in a difficult situation, we really want to flee.
Yeah.
But this isn't flee, this is more like a ordered sort of move away from distress.
But you have a savior of some sort, someone who's helping you.
Right, because if you look at the card,
yeah,
what you see is this ferryman who basically has this woman's back, if you want to put it in.
She's with a child, they're seated, her head is bowed, so she's been through a great deal. And now they're moving away from, you can see the waters are turbulent right behind them, and the waters in front of them are clear, and so is the sky clear. And so there's promise, like the Wheel of Fortune promises that everything is moving upward.
Right.
There could be a literal move too. Now, unexpectedly, you may literally have to move. It could very well be. On a mundane level, you have to go from where you are. Maybe you have to move, you get evicted.
Well, it feels like a fight or flight card for some reason too.
Yes.
Because Aries is very like, whoa, they'll fight. They have no problem with that. But this is more of a flight.
Yeah, like a refuge.
Like moving away from a situation.
That's not good.
That's causing distress.
Right. And finding better situations.
And living circumstances. Now, and I believe that's very true. I mean, sometimes in order to feel better, you must actually make a physical move.
Yes, sometimes you have to make a physical move in order to make a psychological move. And that's what the card is implying happens unexpectedly.
Right, in order to partake of friends and to enjoy.
Yeah, to enjoy and celebrate your life.
In a lighthearted fashion.
Yeah. So let's see
Yeah.
what comes at the end. Interesting.
Oh, and we have another major arcana when we're ending. This is the very last part of the year.
Yes.
It is the moon.
The moon.
Which is actually interesting. Here we have the moon and we have the wheel.
Right, so things change at the end.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes at the end of the month. And it's not in any way a negative card. I never see the moon as being negative, although it has you know, at night we tend to be a little more fearful than we are during the light of day. But it's a kind of inner change of light that happens to you as well. In other words, you become more introspective, more thoughtful, and adaptive. Change, you know, it's almost like an alchemical change takes place, and you're adapting to that change within you. Maybe because of the changes outside of you, as implied by the unexpected. So it makes you very reflective of those changes.
Or more hormonal. That's what I keep thinking of. Well, because it is the moon, and we do speak of hormones often. When we speak of the moon, it's change of life. Of course, it's the female cycle. True. We wax and wane, we girls.
We do.
With the moon, so perhaps this move away from
turbulence.
Maybe a
little bit more, if not...
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, but sometimes it implies melancholy.
It can, but that melancholy is not a bad thing either.
No, melancholy is beautiful, because again, through melancholy you become more creative.
Absolutely.
And more introspective and more understanding and more, you know, anytime you dwell within yourself and you become more familiar and more loving of yourself.
But there's a lot of magic also that goes along with the moon.
Yes.
The mystery and the magic of, you know, the unknown. You know, and the wonder of just, you know, the night.
The night, yes. So it's a beautiful way to end because it's at the winter solstice. And
we had just talked about, you know, the journey of the soul, right?
Right. And
coming out of the you know, the dark night of the soul, right? Here we talked about that, and here we are back into the dark.
So it does make you a little more, what's the word, plaintive? You know, where you are discussing things with yourself. You know, where you have internal dialogue and you kind of peruse the various aspects of your life in an internal dialogue, quietly, silently by yourself, in order to come to an understanding of your situation, of people, of your circumstances.
Right.
And so that might be happening right at the end of the month.
Right.
Which is a very beautiful thing.
It is beautiful, but on a lighter note, this move may just mean you're surrounded by estrogen.
It could very well be.
So, if you're moving.
Yeah.
You guys could just all cycle together. You know how women do that?
They do. Out in their little huts.
The next thing you know, you got a bunch of women cycling with you, and you're like, it's all happening at the same time.
God.
So the men like flee
for
a week.
We were banished from the village.
That's right. We went to the red tent.
We went to the red tent, and we howled to the moon all by ourselves.
That's right. Well, so
what happened to those wonderful days?
I know. Well, there's nothing wrong with going to a red tent if you're all cycling
at
the same time. Not a bad thing. And if you're a guy, get that out of there.
Yeah, as soon as you see that red tent, go in the opposite direction.
That red tent doesn't mean Santa Claus. So
no.
We are going to be performing a ritual.
We will.
Which you will see, and you get to meet the other queens. We've got 4 queens this time.
All of whom are essential to this pagan, mystical celebration of what I say is the thinning of the veil between the physical and the spiritual planes of existence.
Yes.
During the December 21st. In fact, if you would, on December 21st, watch the video and participate in the ritual, because it's deeply moving and it will awaken in you means by which you can transform.
Yeah, it really was
Yes.
deeply moving.
Yeah.
And thank you, Ava, for performing the beautiful ritual. It was gorgeous. We loved it.
My pleasure.
And so thank you very much, Aries. We
Yes.
do personal readings.
Yes, to remind you that if you'd like.
This is a good time.
Oh, yes, especially this time of year.
So click here
So click over there,
for menu of
Or-
services.
look down there. We have our link, virtualtarot.wordpress.com, and go to our menu. We have, and we have special prices
Yes, we do.
for Christmas.
Yes.
We
So everybody should get
Yes,
it. You know,
it's
what
our
a great,
gift.
what a
In
great
other
thing
words,
to
we
do.
lowered the prices for you, and we hope that you participate if you've been wanting to and you haven't. If the prices were prohibitive, go have a look right now. And maybe you'd like one of the deep meaning readings.
It would be nice for next
Deep
year.
meaning, yes, for next year.
Or just a burning question.
Or yeah,
If you're a VT newbie, right?
the BT newbie.
There you go. So thanks again for watching. We're going to see you next month. Tune in for the ritual and also
wait.
the Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A.
A Q&A.
Once
And
again.
if you want a pencil card, you can also be down there and just click.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Should we ho 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 them out?
Ho ho.
Ho ho.
Ho ho.
You're a ho.
You're the ho.
No, I'm not a ho. She's a ho.
Who's the ho?